into real estate but don't know where to start?
Well, what I would say is to join the Future Cash Flow Club. It's a community of investors where we talk about wholesaling, we talk about creative deal structuring, buying houses subject to, all of the creative stuff that everybody's talking about. You don't need a real estate license or any of that.
Wow, where do I sign up?
Well, I would say go to futurecashflowclub.com. That's futurecashflowclub.com. You can even get a free trial. Try it out today. Can you hear me? I don't know. If you don't know who I am by now, I don't know what you've been doing. You've been asleep? Let me wake you up with something. Straight up. Yeah. Allow me to reintroduce myself. I'm Chris Monroe. R to the O-E. I flip houses, rent cars, and make money. You know I'm not no motherfucking dummy. This how we do. Yeah. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? This is the student master teacher, Mr. I Stay Woke, Chris Cashflow Money Monroe, and I'm right back at you with another real estate video. Today's video is being brought to you by me, Chris Monroe. I'm going to sponsor the video myself. What up, Justin? You try to match me, man. No, dog, no, man. Every time I wear another color, I come out and see you wearing another.
Every day Monday.
Every day is Monday. Also, there's another saying. It's okay to be a copycat as long as you copy the right cat. Do you agree with that? You agree with that?
I've been copying for the last 365 days and it's been working out for me.
I was talking to somebody and they was like, oh, that's not good to copy somebody. You know, that's bad. I'm like, everything you did in life was copy. You didn't create anything. You know what I mean? It was all learned from visual or school or training or whatever. So all of this, oh, I don't want to copy. That's a myth, right?
Ain't nothing new under the sun.
You can't reinvent the wheel unless you can reinvent the wheel. I wish I could patent the wheel. If I was going to patent something and make it long term and get paid forever, it'll be the wheel because we all using the wheel.
100%.
Cool beans. How you doing this week? You doing anything interesting out here in the real estate streets?
Yeah, mine just positioning myself to go to that next level. I'm getting excited and everything. Starting to pick up a decent amount of doors and stuff. Kind of getting my space.
Uh-oh.
So today I spent the whole day just basically organizing the garage so that when I'm doing these acquisitions and everything, if there's like little stuff that need to be done, I want to have I had all my paint in one area, have my lumber in another area, my cleaning supplies in another area. What else? My lawn equipment for cutting grass and stuff in another area. So that way, just the little stuff that sometimes, could be needed on the property. As simple as getting the grass cut. The last lady I just took over her property, the grass needed to be cut. I just went ahead and sent one of my people over there to cut the grass. So I'm just kind of, that way I can prepare myself to take on more deals and stuff at a time. If I don't have to keep going to the store and spending money on supplies, paint, drywall, all of that stuff. So now I have designated areas inside my garage for that stuff.
So you have a surplus of supplies, inventory, materials that you'll use for different properties. And a lot of the stuff you get when you come across properties, right? Don't you get like free stuff?
Yep, washers, dryers, stoves, um, bed frames. What's some of the more stuff we got from the house? We got lawnmowers. We got weed whackers. We got like 8 TVs from out that last house. Big TVs at that. What
Like
else?
60-inch or bigger or no?
Yeah, like all 60s.
What do you do with them?
I started hanging them up in the crib. I'm like, we're gonna upgrade that TV in the house to 60s.
Oh my gosh. People been asking me for some 60-inch TVs too, or bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you keeping them all though, huh?
Yeah, with the invention of chat and stuff, now I'm able to kind of like look up whatever little stuff that need to be done with some of this equipment and stuff, and it'll diagnose it, and I can order the part, and it'd be like $20 and stuff, and we'll just change it out ourselves.
Yes, for sure.
If
Save
the
you some
backlight
money.
on the TV don't work, it's a strip. You could buy for the backlight on one of the TVs. I'm gonna get that replaced. I'm like, this is a
Really.
perfectly good TV. It's an LG TV.
You know how many people throw those away? Like, oh, this ain't nothing. The light ain't working. I'm gonna throw it in the trash, and it's a $10 fix, $20 fix. Yeah, so we get a lot of stuff too. I've been getting washers, dryers, like you say, um, appliances, sometimes some furniture. I got some brand new stuff out of a house. I got a lawnmower. I get lawnmowers all the time. I'm like, damn, I'm about to start a lawnmower shop. So we do that to cut the grass because it's gonna keep on growing fast, right?
Yes,
Uh-oh.
sir.
Here we go with one of these people. What is he saying? I don't even want to put it on the screen. Not the. He said the Mayo people doing extra. Come on now.
What
That's
that mean?
I have no idea, but it's called the public and people. I mean, so since you've been doing this real estate business about a year now, almost, or yeah.
Yep, 365 days.
I mean, what do you think is like one of the most difficult parts of it? If you could just summarize it, is it the people? Is it the process? Is it dealing with real estate itself?
I would say it's the people, but it's not my most difficult part of it. But I see where most people don't get through the doorway of this thing is because I came into this knowing how to handle people, objections, situations. I know how to effectively communicate with a person. But I see that that is a skill set that most people don't have. That's why ultimately they don't get deals done in this space.
That's true. Because I mean, that's the thing with real estate. Some person is going to sign the paperwork to transfer the property to you. Some person. It can be a mother, a father, a son, daughter that inherited the property. There's some person that still got to be either convinced or motivated enough to want to go ahead and sign that property over to you. So that's kind of what we'll be getting into this evening when it comes to who we're on the phone with, who we're negotiating with, who are the persons or people that we're dealing with in real estate and in life. We're dealing with certain types of people. Some people are motivated, some people are not motivated. We have to decipher, are they a prospect or a suspect? Should we be spending time with these people or leave them alone and let them go on about their merry way? I mean, do you feel that you trying to like? Do you feel like you ever try to convince somebody to sell to you or do a deal with you, or you just let it be?
Um, so I don't like when people be like they just let it be or whatever. But whenever I talk to a person, I completely understand their situation and where they're at in their selling process, and then I decide, to move forward. So it makes it. I understand where they are at. Once I understand where they are at, it makes it easier for me to decide if there's something that I want to deal with.
Makes perfect sense. Cause yeah, if they ain't talking right, what we doing? Like I just got a dude call me. He was referred over from somebody else. He got a storage locker full of stuff. So I buy stuff for the store sometime. And so he like, oh, it's all high end. It's all perfect. You gonna love it. I'm like, yeah, just send me pictures, man. Oh no, but it's from France and it's from Italy. He tell me all this, man. Just send the pictures, man. I don't even want. I know stuff when I see it. So finally, an hour later, he sends the pictures over, and it's just regular run of the mill stuff. I mean, there's a few items in there, but it ain't nothing too fancy. So I asked him, what do you want for the stuff? He's like, well, I want to sell it all. I got to get rid of all of it because I'm leaving town this week. I mean, I just got to get rid of all of it. I said, so what do you want for it? This guy was a talker for some reason. I asked a direct question, and you go all around and try to come back. I had to come on back and bring it to him again. What do you want for it? $2,000. I mean, I'm looking at the stuff, and it's probably, I mean, it might could sell for somewhere between 1,000 and 1,500 when the smoke clear, but I'm not buying it for no $2,000. We ain't gonna make no money on it. And then I had to tell him, because he's in a storage locker, like I said, I had to tell him that you're talking to a guy that's bought over 300 storage lockers, like the show Storage Wars, when they lift up the gate and you see all the stuff and you bid on it. I've done it in real life multiple times. So just the pictures he sent me, which they were pretty bad pictures, by the way, even though I could still see through that there was some good things in there, but I'm not giving him no $2,000 for it. That's crazy. So an unrealistic expectation. And one of the tactics I use on this one, Justin, you're gonna be proud of me. So when he told me the price, I said, what do you want for it? When he finally got to tell me, he said $2,000. What do you think I did?
Got quiet.
Pure mute. I put the phone on mute. And he kept talking like, yeah, and it's from Italy, and and all this stuff. Hello, are you still there? I came off mute. Yeah, I'm still here. And yeah, and I got him selling me hard. I'm like, damn, you selling me a little too hard, my man. And so I was like, yeah, just looking at it, to be honest with you, we're not going to be anywhere near $2,000. Oh, no, well, we can probably go as low as $1,500. That's as low as I'll take, $1,500. I'm like, yeah, to be honest, that's probably all we could sell it for. But it's from Italy and this and that and this marble top. And I'm like, yeah, you selling hard and you motivated. Don't sound too motivated because I smell blood in the water. I am a shark, like Shark Tank. You smell blood in the water. What you going to do if you smell blood in the water, Justin?
I am going to attack.
He's going to attack and probably go even lower than you was going to go.
Yeah,
but it's part of the game. But I'm like, yeah, there's no way I'm giving you no $2,000 for maybe $1,500 worth of stuff. And I got to sell it, process it, deal with it. It's been in your storage locker. We don't know if it's been, mildewed or wet or roaches got on it, rats. It's all kind of stuff coming with storage lockers. Like I said, I bought a lot of them. So I'm experienced in dealing with this. He's like, yeah, I got to be out of here by Friday. Like, yeah, well, I'll let you know something tomorrow. I'm about to text him back and just tell him I'm not interested altogether. And then that'll bring his price all the way down to where I can actually buy it. That's called the takeaway close. You ever use that one, Justin?
100%.
Just say, you know what? I'm not even interested. Oh, no. You can buy it because it is. And that's the takeaway. Now they really more motivated. So we're going to see what happens.
I've been doing a lot of takeaway. I just had a guy, a referral for somebody I know. They're like, yeah, they trying to sell their house. They over there and they called it a different area. Let me see what area what they said. Because the name was kind of funny. I'm like, Glasgow Village is what they said.
Yeah, we know about over there.
I'm like, oh, okay. He said, yeah, and they don't want to do seller financing or nothing like that. They want 40 cash clean. I say, well, it sounds like they're not motivated. Tell them, give me a call if they ever want to really sell something.
Unrealistic expectations.
I'm like, that guy's never going to get a 40.
$15,000. I wish I never sold that house, but ain't no way we paying 40. 40 is retail over there.
Yeah, he bought he got a 1 bedroom, 1 bath, and I just tried to wholesale a 1 bed, 1 bath, And man, ain't nobody buying them one bedrooms, one baths. I
They
don't even
don't
know
work.
why they even create those.
Only thing
I
you can
couldn't
do
move it. I'm very disappointed in myself that I couldn't move a one bed, one bath.
does it need work?
Yeah, it was a full rehab.
Oh yeah, that's even worse. Can you make it into 2 bedrooms in any kind of way?
You could. Said it used to be a 2 bedroom.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna pass on that. 1 bedroom properties are hard to move. The only thing I can do with that is furnish rental it and get 1,200, 1,500 a month for somebody to come in there and live in it. So
We
yeah,
forgot to go to the auction, Chris.
when was it?
It was on Tuesday.
No, that ain't. That's this week.
Oh, okay. I was like, you had told me Tuesday, and then I was here. The end of Tuesday had came. I'm like, dang, me and Chris forgot to go to that auction.
It's the 17th. I mean, I'm sorry, the 14th. The 14th.
We should record our whole journey of going to do the due diligence on the properties on the list, and then put it online. What do you think about
I don't
that?
even know if the property's even still on the list. Because remember that list that I put up last week? Guess what happened to that video?
What happened?
They took it.
Who took it down?
YouTube took it down. They said you shared personal information. I said, oh my God, it's on the internet. Come on.
That's a public. Those are public houses.
They
Oh,
don't
you
want to
can't share.
They deleted the video. Yep.
Wow.
I mean, I still got it, but it's just the point that they deleted it off YouTube. They didn't give me a strike, but part of the game. If you show somebody's address, name, anything like that, the software on YouTube will actually come in and delete it. Now, sometimes you can go back and edit and take stuff out, but they didn't even give me that option. They just deleted it.
Wow.
Welcome to social media.
Yeah, Shonda said that she wanted to. She had texted me saying that she wanted to go to the auction. Let me make sure she on her tonight watching. I'll be sending out to like 40 people, boy. We be giving out this free information, Chris, and got to fight to get people on these calls, man.
I ain't worried about it. They gonna really regret it one day. One day. I'm not gonna say right now, but one day it will be regretted. I tell people all the time, drop out of college, stop going to school for whatever you're studying, go learn this real estate, learn business, learn entrepreneurship. And really, the other elephant in the room is the stock market, Justin. I ain't even been bringing that because, I've been day trading a little bit. I ain't going to bring it to the platform hard yet. But, yeah, it's on the way. They done messed up. Never should have shown me that.
Something that's interesting, right, is I'm starting to pick up a level of expertise of how this thing is going. So I had a lady call me, and she basically told me about her situation and stuff. And she's not facing foreclosure because she's paying her mortgage, but her husband had passed away, and she didn't know what to do. And I have picked up an expertise of how to fix that type of situation and stuff. The problem is she believes, or what she's been informed by the attorneys, is that she would have to open up probate and then, of course, get all of the children to sign off on it and stuff. And I'm like, interesting. I'm like, you looking to stay in the house or you looking to sell the house? She
Wait a minute, why would you need to go to probate?
Because the house wasn't in. He owned the house prior to marrying her.
Oh.
Yep. So it was like 6 months or something before they got married. When he purchased the home, so the home is 100% in his name. The attorneys told her that she needs to go and go through probate and take his 5 children through probate in order to get ownership of the home. And I said, if you open up probate on that, I said, do all of the kids in agreement that you can get the house? She said like 2 of them not. I said, if you open up probate, that attorney gonna own that house and not you.
Yeah, those fees add up. $500.
She's like, what you mean? I said that attorney gonna run up that bill because all of those other 2 kids, they gonna get their attorneys because people believe that real estate is worth way more than what it is, and they're gonna be like, oh, y'all need to sell this house, So I had told her that and stuff, and basically I had a tactic for how she could get it done. She said the other 2 people were out of town. I was like, oh, there's a way you could get it done. I'm like, write this down, but don't tell nobody I told you.
How long ago did he pass away?
Here is it coming up on a year in about a month.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
If she
So
want to stay in the house, I ain't
why
gonna
the two
persuade her to
kids,
get out the house.
why the two kids don't want to sell it? I mean, they just don't want to sell it, or they want something for it. Why? What's their deal?
Well, it's one thing I see with my observation of people is when there's something like this on the table, they believe that it's worth more than what it is. So people go and they not educated, so they go get their attorneys, and their attorneys move in their best interest. And then, now you're fighting for a house that is upside down, no equity and stuff, and it just, it's all stupid stuff. It's people stuff. You know what I'm saying?
So the
But
house
then,
is upside down then.
yeah, she don't have no equity in the property.
Oh well, they wasting their time.
They are wasting their time, but they don't know that they're wasting their time. They're gonna get into it, not really know what the mortgage or the payoff is, anything like that. And it's just a stupid thing. It's just, dumb all the way around the board.
So what do you plan on doing to try to get this deal moving along if it is a deal?
It's not a deal for me. She wants to stay in the house. She's been paying the mortgage and everything. I gave her a little bit of advice or whatever. Obviously, the advice wouldn't be attorney approved and stuff. But, I told her to do an affidavit of heirship, with the ones that's, that's cool.
Yeah, and possibly can do what's called a partition of sale. So, all of this stuff gets deep into real estate, but if it don't have any equity, all of that is a waste of time. And sometimes, and
the transfer of the deed is not a waste of time, though, is it?
No, it's
Yeah,
not
that's what I was telling her to do. Get the deed transferred. About time they find out.
It probably wouldn't work like that, to be honest. If somebody challenged it or something, they could reverse it. But that's a whole other rabbit hole of stuff.
If you close with the insurance, even though there can be a reversal, you still protected, though, right?
Yeah, but they probably wouldn't close it. They'll see that he got kids and see that his name was on it. They'll know all that. A good title company will know all of this stuff.
Title company.
Not saying you can't slip something through the cracks, but they don't have any equity. They would see it because he's deceased. That's the first thing they're gonna say. Oh, you the wife? Where's the marriage certificate? They're gonna look at the date on that. They're gonna look at the date on the death certificate and all that, and say, oh, you wasn't even married when he closed his house. They'll know it because they're gonna ask for all these documents. So it's not like it's a secret you're gonna be able to slip by through a title.
But here's my question: Is there a directory for people's children? There's no directory out there for kids, right?
No.
Right.
Well, it don't take much. All it takes is one of the kids to say, hey, yeah, did little Mikey come up here yet? Little Mikey, who is that? They like to talk too much.
Oh, okay.
But, you're right. There is no directory for it, but because we don't even know if those kids or even his kids, is he on the birth certificate for those kids? There's a lot of stuff to come with that. It might not even be his kids. It might be somebody in the neighborhood who just say, that's my son. And we've been calling him my son for 30 years, and it ain't even my son.
So to me, as an investor, as a strategy is that I understand the amount of litigation that would have to go through in order for them to do the reversal, right? On a house that doesn't have any equity in it. So if they see that the house has been transferred 2 or 3 years later, and then they talk to an attorney is going to want a $10,000 retainer, and then they will go and start walking this path of trying to reverse this, which can cost $20,000-$30,000 to try to get a house that really is, not really worth it.
Well, that's the thing. They're going to look on the death certificate.
Go ahead.
So that's the problem. They're going to look at the death certificate. They're going to also probably look at his obituary and say, oh, he had all these kids. Like we look up all the time. It ain't no secret to say Big John Smith died, and you look and say he 6 kids, and you're like, oh, he got 6 kids. We see that right online on the obituary. So I don't think it's
you have to open up probate to get a judge to sign off on the reversal of the deed, though, which could take 8 months.
It's gonna make it through, is what I'm saying. When the title company do their title search and look at his obituary, it's gonna say he was a father and he was survivor, little Johnny the baby third, and all these other kids and people they're gonna name right on his obituary. So it's not really gonna get through, I don't think.
Oh, so you saying the title company will look at the obituary?
They'll look at everything. That's their job, is to transfer a clean, unencumbered title. That's their whole job for being here.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, not saying they would use that. They might have some other software I'm not aware of, but they definitely will find out and probably won't close that deal.
Mm.
I'm not saying you can't find somebody. It's a food born every day, but is it even worth it? And so my plan of action would probably be more towards speaking to those kids, find out what's their situation, what are they thinking? Because we all doing hearsay right now. She said the kids want some money for her. You talk to the kid, man, I don't want that raggedy house. No, they just don't like her. And you find out they don't want to deal with her. You can be the liaison and still get the deal go through and not do any of this other stuff.
Yeah.
They'll sign off on it just because you told them, here's a $50 gift card to Applebee's, whatever. Sign here. Send a mobile notary to their house.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's other strategies before we even get to all of that. So I try to go, in order. If you jump ahead too far, it makes it, we skip steps.
Right.
So that's what I would look at. Finding out the two kids that don't want to sell, why they don't want to sell, what's their gripe, what's their feelings about it. Have a conversation with them. This house is upside down, right? And the bank is about to take it. They're going to say, what? Oh, I ain't know that. There you go. And see what they say. Right. That's kind of the path I would go on something like that. Right. But yeah, that's good. I mean, you're having conversations with people who own real estate, but she don't want to sell anyway. So all of this is in vain, no matter what. If they don't want to sell, send them on to hell. No, no, don't send them to hell. Send them to hell.
I got this other thing I've been looking at. I think that agents should not be allowed to post AI photos of property. I think they should automatically lose their license if they take an AI generated photo and post it online.
Why do you say that?
Because it's a property that I was scoping over in Cahokia, Illinois, or whatever. I just was looking at, I'm like, dang, this building is sitting right across the street from a high school. I'm like, this got to be, about 16 units. I'm like, I wonder why this not. And I wanted to actually understand, not to buy personally, but to understand the economics that will not support a 16 unit across the street from a high school. What is going on? Right. What is going on with their political climate to where an investor can't make a 16 unit make sense across the street from a high school? To me,
it's still bad economics over there. How much work does it need? It might need $500,000 worth of work.
Right.
And it only works for $500,000 in perfect condition. You see what I'm saying? It can still be upside down no matter what. Just like those LRA houses. They'd be like, oh, it's $1 house. Sounds good till you look at it and say, damn, this house needs $350,000 worth of work. And it's only worth $250 in perfect condition. We can't do nothing.
I seen when I seen them start to post it and advertise it on social media, I'm like, they using AI photos to, market this house. And it's not even clear AI. It looked like it's the actual professional photos and stuff. And I'm like, wow. I said, that's deception. And,
why do you think it's AI?
Because I seen it with my eyes. I've looked at the buildings and the buildings are ran down, but they're using AI to clean them up to give them more like a finish on them. Oh. And but they look real.
Well, it's only going to get worse going into 2027 and 2028. Don't worry, they'll make it great.
I seen another agent post this church that these people was talking to me about buying and stuff. And I went, walked through the church, took the photos, and then they told me like, hey, we have an agent, so she's supposed to be marketing the property or putting it on the MLS in the next couple of days. You can talk to her and stuff. And it wasn't nothing I wanted to walk down, so I never contacted her. But when I saw it come up on the MLS, she had a bunch of AI photos on there, and the stuff looked retarded.
Yeah, and they could. I mean, you could argue as AI or say, oh, they just refinished it or brightened up the photos. But then when you first said that, agents should not be posting pictures as AI, I was thinking you was talking about showing furniture, because you can do that right on ChatGPT. Furnish this room. You just upload a picture, and then it can furnish a whole room, put clocks on the wall, all that stuff for you right there, snap of a finger.
They finishing video though. I mean, they using it to show that that the condition is different, which I think is inappropriate.
I would agree. It's a fine line. Legislation is very slow when it comes to this technology. You never know what they're going to allow or disallow going forward. with all this stuff. They said a robot did surgery or something last week on some people or something. A robot was doing.
Oh, for real, did surgery on a human being?
No, I was on a pig. I think it removed a spleen or something off of a pig or some stuff like that.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, the robot did it. I said, dang, they gonna do it on a human next. You gonna volunteer to be a guinea pig?
I let a robot do a surgery on me if I got surgery. Yeah,
They
I would
gonna
trust a robot more than I trust a human being.
already. You ain't gonna wait a little bit till they get a little better. You see what those Waymo cars are doing?
I don't know what that is.
Waymo, it's those little remote, or I guess
Oh, the one with the thing spinning on top.
no, they don't have them here. Well, they do have them here, but they drive themselves, self-driving cars.
Right.
Go pick up.
It has the thing spinning on top, and then on the mirrors it spins as well to detect cars. I don't trust that technology because humans are unpredictable. In a controlled setting like a hospital, I would trust a robot to operate on a human being. On the road where human beings are at place, I wouldn't trust robotics to be able to calculate human beings. And I literally was getting off the highway Friday, and I literally, as I'm getting off of the highway, I guess one of those like those Fords or whatever came across from the front of me or whatever, because traffic, everybody was trying to dive off the highway, but I was getting off on my exit. He literally ran smack clean with a trail on the back of his stuff, smack clean into somebody's car. They had a Chrysler 300, and that Chrysler 300 is still sitting on the side of the road right now.
Really?
And the way he did it, I'm like, he just messed up that dude's day for no reason.
That's crazy work.
Crazy.
Drivers, welcome to St. Louis.
How can technology or AI or robotics, human beings are too unpredictable, man.
Well, when I was in Atlanta, and this was earlier this year, they had a lot of self-driving cars. They had the Tesla self-driving car, the Waymo, and the Uber, I think, or something. They had like 3 or 4 different companies all through Atlanta driving around by themselves. And I was like, damn, that car driving by itself, speeding and everything. I'm like, oh, no, it ain't that big here yet. But, as time goes on, it's going to be what it is.
I want to know how, from the legal standpoint, how do liability work on stuff like that?
We just pay the bill.
Who just paid the bill?
Waymo or whoever company that's operating it. Whatever, if you got a problem, you get injured, anything like that, they just pay the bill. Part of the cost of doing business.
I think it's deeper than that, though.
Just like they saying with these data centers, they're like, oh, if you do this, it's gonna be $1 million fine. What's $1 million fine? $1 million ain't nothing. They spending $50 million a month, on just whatever they doing. So they say these fines and these big numbers, and it only sounds big to the average person, but in real life, it's a drop in the bucket. That's like what your boy Jay-Z say. What's 100K? What's 500K to something like me? Whatever he said, something like that. But so much money doesn't mean much. Only to us.
The problem with the AI centers is, and not that I'm against the AI centers, but the problem with it is they are, pulling from communities, so they need spaces that have large access to water. So all of these, like in Missouri, when you start driving out in the outskirts, you start seeing those big tanks in the earth and everything. Yeah. Everyone don't have large pools of water plants like the inner cities do. The inner cities have large water supplies. The problem with the AI centers is they require a lot of water to cool off their machinery, but they are not supplementing the price of rising utility bills that'll be a result of them coming into that neighborhood. And then that's the political issue, is that the cost is being pushed onto the residents, and they have to pay the cost of rising utilities as a result of the AI centers coming into these areas and needing more supply, need more electrical, need more water, need more gas, these type of things.
So, that's one side of the story, but it's called growing pains. If you start a business, you're going to have some issues, some bumps in the road. Might not be perfect straight up like you want it to be. We got to do a little pullback and then come on back on the attack. So Yeah, I think it's a problem for now. But I saw something a few weeks ago. They solved that water problem in a few of the places because they just recycling the same water. So I mean, it just the technology just hasn't caught up to solve all the issues that are coming up as of right now.
Yeah,
Plus, they put them on the moon. You know they finna put them on the moon. By the way, that's their plan. Put the data center on the moon. You ain't got to worry about it no more.
I think that's a great idea because there's no heat. There's no heat on the moon or whatever. Like there's no I guess when gases expand and stuff, it's not producing heat, or the moon is so cold that you can run machinery without it overheating and stuff. So I think that's a great idea. Just overall, it's interesting. I think within our generation, within the next 15 years, we'll be a multi-planet society, the first ever in known history and stuff. And I think that's gonna be a beautiful thing. I'm excited about that. You know what I mean? Obviously, we won't. I don't know if we'll be alive in our lifetime to go and travel to Mars, travel back, and all that stuff.
You can do it. So? Sure, why not? We got
it takes 3 months to travel to Mars.
And they know it's a one-way ticket. The first people to go is going to probably be a one-way trip.
Yeah. So they need to be there at least 20, 30 years to build out the infrastructure to support regular people.
Well, what makes you say that?
Well, they could put robots out there to fix the infrastructure, but the question is how quickly could robots get out there and build the infrastructure, and how much money, and then you start to get into geopolitics of who actually will own Mars.
Elon Musk.
No, you can't own Mars. The government
plant a flag.
The government won't allow individuals to own stuff like that.
Well, you can't get there. So the problem with space travel and all of this stuff anyway, it's easy to get out of space. It's hard to get back into Earth. That's where people get messed up at, getting back to the Earth's atmosphere. Getting out of space is not really that big of a deal. They do that regularly. Getting back in is the issue, where it gets the highest risk. That 6 minutes of taking that heat, moving at Mach 23 or whatever they say. So, you know, that's the problem. But it's all going to happen one way or the other, whether we're here or not. We're going to other planets and we're going to buy some real estate on the moon, some real estate on Mars.
And somebody going to go into we're going to do the first foreclosure on Mars before in our lifetime, Chris. We're going to be the first ones to do it.
Wow. You're going to stop an auction and say, hey, how they going to kick them out? Where they going to go? Back to Earth? We're going to send you back to Earth. You ain't acting right. Actually, you know what? That might be what they really do with that. Send people that's got time out to something like that. Be like, oh, we sentenced you to 20 years on Mars. Wow. Send them up out of here.
Slave labor.
Well, they already paying them 10 cents a minute or an hour. So you know how I go. So that's part of the game, man. You know, this stuff is everywhere, no matter how you try to get out of it, dodge out of it. Oh, it ain't that big of a deal. Everything is everything. Like you just said, every day is Monday. All of this stuff is interconnected. It's like I always say.
Let's go over some of my deals, mine, and some of the things I got going.
What you got cooking?
All right. So had a situation where one of my tenants wanted out of the situation or whatever. So where I made the mistake, you know, mistakes happen, right? I showed the wife the property. She took pictures. She confirmed she was good to go. And then I believe the husband, after the signing, you know, wanted to change his mind. So what I did was he asked me if I had anything else that was available. We was only about 15 days into the agreement. I said, you know what? I have this house. I said the only way we'll be able to do it is if you take it as is with the stuff up in it, because I was going to have to pay to get it cleaned out, all of that stuff. He said, yep, we're going to go ahead and do that one. I said, okay, let's do it. So I had to go and meet them at the attorney office to sign a mutual release from the original deed, original lease agreement, and then I made them sign a new lease agreement with the new property. They did pay the new attorney fee, and then they owed me coming up on August rent, and I made them we agreed to another additional $1,000 before August 1st, since they didn't have the full down payment that they had, you know, told me up front. So They brought 2,600 plus the 350 for the attorney fee. Boom, we closed. They in the property. I didn't have to pay any money to get the house cleaned up. I got my old property back, and then now I need to dispose that. I have someone I'm actually got to go over their check stubs tonight to make sure they're on point and stuff. So they're going to be going into their property as well. I did have somebody go over there and just do a little bit of cleaning or whatever, because I think one of the issues the tenant had was the smell and stuff, which I understand. So problems, and just, I'm happy I got the inventory to be able to shift people into different directions and stuff. I know.
So
Chris
the one who told you to do a mutual release and come back and do that, or what? How did that go?
Yep.
Cool. Come back, do a mutual release, then we'll go ahead and get them a new lease and get them started back over again on another property as is. What do you think you can do? What do you think you can do to avoid something like that from happening in the future?
I broke one of my rules as far as a closer. I found myself dealing with people who most likely in desperate situations. So I don't, sometimes I may skip the probing process of the individual that I would typically do in a hard sell type of situation. So I didn't, she told me she had a husband, and I didn't think like, we need to make sure your husband is here to make sure he's okay with the property. And I'm thinking, a lot of times, 80% of the times, the women are the decision makers. So if she liked it, most men just kind of go along with it. So that'll be a mistake that I won't make again. When I just showed it again on Friday to some other tenant buyers, the husband and the wife showed up to the property, and then they both approved that they wanted to go up in it. So,
cool. When are they gonna go in this week?
Yeah. So we're gonna set a time with the attorney probably tomorrow. I have 2 closes tomorrow with the attorney.
Dang! Wait a minute, Justin. You out here swinging and bucking and swinging, getting all the money. Let me hold 100,000.
Yeah. So super excited about that. I'm trying to start to rev it up or whatever. So that was one of the reasons me getting the garage opened up today and stuff. One of the things that I'm kind of dealing with now is I want to take down more deals and stuff. So I started.
What kind of cash flow are you getting on them properties? The one you just reclosed.
The one I just reclosed. So they originally was paying $1,600 a month on the property before that they were no longer interested in. So they still was at $1,600. So the new property is $1,100 mortgage. So I'll be making basically $400 a month on that one. Plus,
are they paying $1,600?
They paying $1,600.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, $500. I make $500 of cash flow on that one. I originally was making $1,000 a month on the other one. So
well, you didn't go up a little bit. You ain't want to mess with them.
I could have. I don't know. I done put somebody in the house, man, and every month she late. And I'm like, we juicing a lot, you know what I'm saying? So I was cool with the exact same deal at the other property, and I got more spread on the other property because the mortgage is a lot lower. I believe on the property that they're going in, I'm going to be able to get a modification to get it lower and stuff, but I'm still in the middle of that process.
Yeah, well, that's the game. You got to play it. You just knocking them dead. You out here switching people around, plugging them into other houses, changing up people, making them happy. So they good with you now? They happy now?
They happy. They moved into a house with a bunch of stuff up in it, so they're going to be cleaning it out and everything. I didn't have to do that. I got a whole lot of appliances and stuff about the house, so that was a great situation for me. And then now I have a house that's empty. I have someone who's looking like they're going to be going in it. They said they want to be at, I think, $1,300 a month. So the payments on that is $650. So what's that in cash flow? Like $700 a month. So I went from $1,000 cash flow in that house to $700 in cash flow.
So there's one thing I think you may have forgotten, though, Justin.
Let's do it.
Did you get your testimonial from them?
The first one I did get the testimonial from. The second time they went in, I missed the testimonial, and I'll be getting the testimonial from the next group that's going in.
So what are you going to do for a testimonial? Help me understand, how do you process that?
I have to be. So I thought, so it crossed my mind to get a testimonial from them. The fact that they coming from out of state, they stayed in a hotel for the husband's job paid for a hotel for them for 90 days. So they were looking for places. The screeners was kind of keeping them from being able to find a place. So they wanted a house with their kids and everything. I got the first testimonial. The second one, I was thinking, I'm like, I don't know if I want to put this version of their story out. The fact that I put them into a second house, I'm like, I don't want people to expect that.
I'm not even saying to ask them to tell the whole story. Are you going to do it a video, or are they going to write it?
I did a picture. I did a picture the first time with them.
So I would do a video. Hey, yeah, you worked with Justin. How do you think everything went? Yeah, everything went great. I was good. Great. Would you recommend Justin in the group here to others? Justin was great. Yes, I know. Thanks. Learn more. Boom, boom, website. Boom. Don't even take 2 questions. They ain't got to tell the story. Just that, yes, they worked with Justin. He helped me out. He solved the problems. Bring me some more people. You just want people saying, yes, Justin's great. Yes, Justin's good. He hooked me up, in short order. They don't have to tell their whole life story, but just enough to get it, to keep your sauce up. Right. What you think about that, Miss Shonda?
I think that sounds great.
That's it. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I just came on here to roast Justin like he roasted me on Facebook.
Who is Shonda, and why she tell the people that I'm Justin said, who is Shonda, and why she telling people he got housing?
Hey boy, I'm like,
Justin, you got housing?
You said what? I got affordable housing.
I don't have Shonda, if you're still there. I don't know what happened there.
Shonda was there all that time and it went out.
Yeah, hope he wasn't saying nothing too powerful, because your thing went out altogether. You might have to leave and come back in. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, that was crazy though, man. I'm like getting inboxes and stuff from people, and I'm like, who is Shonda and why she said that I have low income housing?
Justin, why don't you have low income housing?
Because I don't deal with low income.
I basically did a post. Sorry, guys, I had a call coming through. Make sure don't send that referral to Justin. But no, seriously though, I had done a post. I post about the places that I have coming up for rent and stuff, and I always have people that have, different situations. And I'm like, this Justin might be able to help with this, with the properties, that he has,
They got a down payment. I can help.
I'm like, let me shoot Justin, the alley oop. So I know you've been getting a lot of calls because I done gave out your number about 10 times.
They looking for. I need a 7-bedroom for $300 a month. Justin, what you got?
We got 7 bedrooms.
I know ain't nobody said that because everybody was good with the pricing. They just, might have a judgment or,
Do they got some down payment money?
Huh?
Do they have some down payment money?
Yes.
If they got down payment, I got houses for them. We got plenty of houses as long as they got some money.
Yes, they got money.
They
can't talk to me. I can't put nobody in under the houses that I got going without no money. So yeah, they got some money.
Well, I mean, but what is the definition of some money? We talking about $1,000? Or we talking $10,000? What we talking about?
We might be talking about 3,000.
Oh, all right, that's some money.
Or, 3,000.
That's better than nothing.
4,000.
I need a 7-bedroom house for $350 a month.
Who is Shonda? Who is that?
Hey, look.
I see my name. I'm like,
no, look, Shonda, this is what happened, right? So I'm getting hundreds of calls, like no joke, calls like hundreds, and I'm looking, and people like, yeah, Shonda has sent me over your information, and she said that you take it low income and blah 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 blah, and I'm like, and when it got to the third call, I'm like, Who is Shonda and why she said I take low income?
No, there was one person, I'm not gonna lie. She did say she had low income, but she also said that she had like a judgment. She had a judgment. I know I can't help her, because I work closely with a property management company. She said she had a judgment or something like that. And I'm just like, yeah, I can't help you with the judgment situation,
She got
but
6K or more. We got a house for her. She got some money. I got a house for her.
and I think that that's a situation that could be spoken about. You know what I'm saying? Like, because she could always save up her money and then loop back around, because a judgment is always going to be an issue, especially if you're not going through like a private owner. You know what I'm saying? So it might be a situation where the person is having some issues in getting traditional housing and finds that this is an option and learns more about it and goes back to the drawing board to save their coins and then come back around.
That's what happens a lot of times with these houses and everything is people come back and I inform them that, hey, right now sometimes I do have properties where it's a lower down payment and stuff, but this whole game that we play, the rent to own game, we do want people to come with a sizable down payment. When they be telling me, oh, my credit, my evictions, I don't look at that stuff. I don't really care about that. But if you have a sizable down payment, you can get into one of the homes. Now, I think maybe sometimes the disparity come is people be wanting move-in ready, or they want, plush property.
Perfect.
And they don't have the down pay. They don't have the monthly either. They like, I just had somebody, I showed some houses Saturday. I showed her yesterday. And, we went to one of the houses and stuff, and she was like, no, this ain't it. And da-da-da-da, my kids, boom, 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 boom. I'm like, well, we got property. And I decided to show her another property that was, finished, quote unquote. And, she's like, yeah, what we need to be at with this? I'm like, a lot more than what you initially said. You got $3,000 down. I'm like, you can't get this for $3,000. So, it just depends on the house, depend on what the inventory is. I don't put people in houses for $1,500, but, it just depends on.
Be in a rougher area.
Yeah.
It'll be in the hood.
Rough area, fixer upper.
Well, I did put the feelers out on my page with, who was interested in like, rent to own, lease to own type situation. And there's a lot of people out there, that are interested in that. And I think what I probably should have done is made them aware that you have to have a sizable down payment.
If you got
and that it may or may not be move-in ready.
I just tell them if you got $5,000,
yes, it may not be moving. You have to bring it up to being move-in ready in most situations.
If you got $5,000 or more, hit me up. We'll see what we got. I mean, every case is different. Not saying they can get approved on a beautiful house for that, but at least that somebody can at least have a conversation with. Because we get all these people with $1,000, $1,500, and that house over there on Chicory Creek over here in Florissant, Justin, one of your favorite houses. I get so many people like, I can do $1,000 a month. Like, no, you're not moving it. If it's $1,000 a month, I'll take it. I'll just put somebody in there myself at $1,000 a month. So these people are out of control with this stuff. They want a big 4-bedroom house, move in ready, fully renovated for little to nothing. Nothing down, a low monthly payment. It ain't happening.
I don't know what's going on with Chicory Creek, because I'm like, man, why people ain't pulled the trigger on this? This is a great house.
They ain't got the money. I got 75 calls for that house, but they all playing. They all got 3,000. It's right on the street with my school, my son. I heard that story 1,000 times already, but
I showed a guy out of town. He didn't pull the trigger and stuff. He's about to be coming to St. Louis, so they be lying.
It is so crazy because I talked to what's the address of that Chicory Creek one?
3225.
So I talked to the mayor this morning. I don't know if that's his, but I think he said he had one on Chicory Creek.
Yeah, that's his.
And we were talking about you, Chris, and how much you had and how much you had going on and stuff like that. Just talking about all your avenues and everything.
What do I do now?
No, it was a good conversation.
Yeah, that's good. That's what I try to do, help people out where I can. Can't make them no promise, but we're going to do what we can to help you meet your plan.
Oh yeah, you gotta be careful who you do business with. Some of these guys be bums.
Well, that's the whole thing of all of this business. What we said in the beginning here, Justin, it's still people, no matter what.
Yeah, for me, it's on the contractor side that it's definitely sketchy sometimes, but
Yeah.
So
paperwork.
We all play a part.
That brings us to one of our topics for the evening here. We're talking about different types of sellers and buyers. Because, everybody got a type. We got sellers. We got unmotivated people that want to sell. They say they want to sell, but when you start talking to them, they tell you, I'll sell it if the price is right. Does that sound like a motivated person to you?
Nope.
They ain't motivated at all. These are properties that I would make an offer on, but usually end up being placed in a follow-up sequence because their motivation level is too low. You got to let the pain set in. It's like talking to somebody on the MLS or a for sale by owner that just listed today. They ain't let no pain hit. You got to let a little of that pain hit them, and now they may gain a little motivation. But when somebody first lists the property, first post the property, they're not that motivated to be, talking the right talk. So I move on, put them in a follow-up if they get followed up with, and keep it moving. We always should also ask if they have any other properties that they really would like to sell. I've gotten multiple deals from talking to somebody about one property, find out they got another house that they really want to sell more than the property I called about. So I always like to ask unmotivated sellers, do you have another property you'd like to sell? What do you have you come across some unmotivated sellers, Justin?
Yeah, I just had a guy with a 1-bedroom, 1 bath, talking about he want 40 grand in Glasgow Village.
What?
I'm like, oh man.
Nah, 40 grand. Well, how do we know if that means he motivated? And how did he come to that number of 40 grand? See, sometimes we have to dig a little deeper to understand, like we said earlier,
how did you get that number? Yeah.
What made him say 40,000? How'd you come up with that number, Mr. Seller?
So it was somebody who had texted me, who I know, was like, hey, I got this guy, he's trying to sell his house. I wanted to put you on game and stuff. And to be honest, I chose not to even have a conversation with this guy because I'm like, I just don't. It become hard to move those houses and stuff. We got good stuff.
I'll call him right now. I'll close him.
You know what? Let me get his number.
I shouldn't even start it, Justin. He likes stuff like that. He gets excited now. A live closing call. Hey, man, I heard you want 40, but I'm offering 20.
That's the one we don't want to do, for real. There's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath in the hood.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Put it in the queue. We'll get to it here in a minute before we get too late.
You want to really try that number, Chris? Don't do it.
Yeah, I'll call him. I ain't scared of that.
Okay.
What can he say to me? Shonda, have you ever dealt with an unmotivated homeowner?
No, they're always motivated. They're the ones I deal with are always motivated. But then again, I'm not on your side as of yet. So
okay, well that's fine. So that's an unmotivated seller. We also have a motivated homeowner. That's an owner of an occupied property that the seller needs to sell due to circumstances. They can be financial, like facing foreclosure, something like that. They can be the condition of the property. It's falling apart and they don't want to stay in it no more. They want to get into another property, and they need to move swift on these types of properties. Now, why would we want to move swift on a motivated homeowner?
Because if you don't move in, the next person will.
What you said. They're going to sign to the first person who call them up, first person to reach out to them, first person to follow up. So, when they go online on Google, the G machine, and look up different companies, and your company pops up for some reason, and they fill out your form or they call you, sometimes they're ready to go right there. The first person send them a contract, they sign it. They're motivated. They're like, let's go. I need to go now. And those type of people, we want to get them locked up immediately. You had any motivated people recently, Justin?
Yeah, the lady house I just purchased and stuff. 3-bedroom, 2.5 baths. She was there for 4 years. Very good house, very good condition and everything. She owed too much on the property, 4 months behind. She was literally jumping for joy that I was actually buying her house. She was literally like, oh my God, thank you so much. Oh my God. I'm like, boy.
Just like the deal we closing tomorrow. We supposed to close a week ago, so she is ecstatic that it's closing tomorrow.
That's Delwood?
No, that's Florissant.
Oh, okay.
That Delwood house, a whole nother story. I'll tell you about that in a minute. Remind me if you can. I'll put in my notes here to try to come back to.
Yeah, I got one in Delwood too. That's stuck.
Actually, that's Florida. That's Ferguson. That ain't even Delwood. I lied. Ferguson. But we'll come back to that in a moment. So that's what we got. It's sellers. It's important to determine who we're talking to. Unmotivated, motivated. What about a disgruntled landlord? These sellers usually have tenants involved in the deal. They may be going through an eviction process or have happily paying tenants. It's important to find out the lease ending, how much they're paying per month, and if the tenants are planning on staying or moving, and what's the situation there. We're inheriting tenants. We're inheriting kids. If we buy that house, the kids come with it. You ever had any disgruntled landlords?
Yeah, I just bought a house. He wasn't disgruntled. He was motivated. I don't know. Disgruntled is a particular kind of word. I guess he was disgruntled. He gave away his house for, nothing, So
yeah, he's disgruntled and motivated. Come on, Justin. He both of them. All right. What about a wholesaler? And we're talking about sellers right now. Wholesalers. These types of sellers have a property under contract, and they intend to assign their right to purchase to an end buyer while making an assignment fee in the middle. They want to make the money in the middle. Wholesalers. Have you called a seller thinking you're talking to a seller and find out it's a wholesaler, Justin?
All the time.
So they be acting like they own a house, ain't never owned a house in their life, but they got that paperwork to make the paperwork, and they want to sell you the deal. What do you
price?
The price is too high normally is what you get, or what?
Always, every single time.
They're trying to make a 20K spread on a deal that ain't worth but 20K.
Right.
So wholesalers, that's a type of seller because they have what's called equitable interest. They have the property under contract and they plan on selling it to somebody who can step in their shoes and buy the deal. What about a seasoned investor? Seasoned, they got a little sprinkle on them. I guess you can consider me a seasoned investor. These usually have multiple properties for sale. Many times they could be added to your buyer's list, or they could be in the fixing and flipping business or looking to make or liquidate a large portfolio. Always check to see if they're looking to buy more homes or sell other homes. And many times we come across deals that may not work for us, but may be perfect for you. That's basically what we pitch them. We say, yeah, we're buying houses all the time, but sometimes it may not work good for us. It may be good for you. You mind if we send you a deal or something in a particular area? What are you looking to buy if you were buying? You can turn that seller into a buyer. So this whole thing is to make sure you understand when you're on the phone with these people, there's really no wasted conversation because once you know who you're on the phone with, you know what type of conversation you should be having with these people. Have you dealt with any seasoned investors, Justin?
Yep, I have.
And how'd that go? They're just a smart aleck or what?
They think that they know too much or whatever the case may be, and then they, try not to, be desperate or whatever the case may be. So then I tell them, hey, would you buy some of my deals? And they usually kind of change their tune a lot.
Okay. Put them on the buyer's list. Get their name, phone number, email address. Add them to the list. Another type of seller, I guess we can consider it to be a realtor. These types are representing sellers in the marketplace. They are usually selling an MLS listed property or could have what's called a pocket listing. They're always looking to add to their list of buyers. When they have a pocket listing, they basically have a property that a listing agreement is on, but they have not posted it on the multiple listing service yet. And they send it out to their so-called cash buyer buddies, whoever's in their list. And I always give them my email address right there, deals@stlcb.com. And they put me on the list and they send me properties. Also, these properties could also be representing a bank-owned property or REO, real estate owned, or even a large investment firm. So building relationships with these types of people is key because they're going to come across opportunities that you didn't have to pay a dime for marketing. You ever come across any realtors looking to sell your property, Justin?
Yeah, but I don't deal with realtors.
Why not?
Sometimes, if it makes sense, I deal with people I know as far as on the seller side, No, on the buyer side, I deal with a realtor, but on the seller side, I try not to deal with realtors.
I think you should, because they're generating a free lead for you that they can't handle, especially if it's something that's on the MLS 90 days, 100 days, 100, over 100 days. They have a property and a seller that needs to sell, probably paying 2 mortgages sometime, and all the other stuff that come with real estate. They're coming across the same problems that we're coming across, but most realtors and or wholesalers don't take the time to get the education to understand what to do with these deals. So I would not qualify a realtor right off the bat. It's all about having the right conversation with them, having realistic expectations, using the terms and words that they're familiar with, not overshooting it so they don't understand what you're doing. So it's definitely an opportunity when dealing with agents. We're really looking for what they call a unicorn agent. Unicorn agent, they're rare, but they understand the investing side and the retail side. So don't disqualify those people right out the gate. You might be leaving an opportunity on the table. I got at least 5 realtors that send me leads on a regular basis. Hey, yeah, we got this lady. They can't sell it. They got a foreclosure coming up. I just know you deal with that. I don't really mess with it. Great, bring it on. Oh, they got this probate situation. I know I don't mess with it, but I know you do. Bring it on. Oh, the house needs too much work to put it on the MLS, but I know you do. Bring it on. These are the people I want to talk to. Opportunities. An opportunity comes in different shapes, sizes, and colors. So that's what we got for sellers in the marketplace. Now we're going to go into some buyers. There are several types of buyers, and we're always looking to grow our buyers list because, there's several types. One of the most common ones, especially if you're doing what they call wholesaling real estate, you have cash buyers. Cash buyers. These types of buyers have liquid cash to purchase property. Typically, these types of transactions can close quickly due to there being no bank financing required. We are always looking to gain more buyers, real buyers that really got cash or access to capital to move on these properties, because that's what we're doing. We're selling speed and convenience when we're doing what they call wholesaling. You want to have some cash buyers that can move quickly on these deals because they can help you make a lot of money quickly. We just need their name, email address, phone number to add them to the buyers list, and boom, you got your deal. So you assign that deal to them. That's a cash buyer. I know you deal with cash buyers all the time, Justin.
Yeah, so I was supposed to close on Friday with a cash buyer for 35 grand. And what was funny was when I called the title company, I'm like, yeah, we're closing today. Yeah, the buyer said that he won't have his money until Monday, so we got to do Monday. I'm like, but we have a contract.
Yeah, it happens all the time.
I'm like, this is the Wild Wild West, boy.
That's what I just did. I told you mine was the same way. It had a thing that's supposed to close last week is closing tomorrow. So, it got pushed back. It happens. The one with the air conditioner. So I went on and, we're going to go on and get that closed up tomorrow. So everybody will be happy.
Chris, how many no money down deals you got this year? Do you got more than me right now? Who got the most no money down?
9 or 10.
Hey.
And that's part-time because, I don't really do real estate full-time. I'm part-time. I should be full-time, but you know how that go. I'm part-time. All right. Yeah. Rehabbers. This is another type
thing at the end of the year.
Rehabbers or flippers, I guess you can call them. These types are looking for distressed properties to fix up. Usually they will be cash buyers or could be using a hard money loan. Rehabbers, flippers. So they're always looking for a raggedy rundown house to try to come in and do what they call add value through rehabbing. They love to fix and tinker with stuff. Not my cup of tea, but some people love it. Nothing wrong with it if you like it. Another type of buyer is buy and hold and or landlords. These buyers can usually pay a little more than a basic rehabber. They seek to find cash flowing rentals to hold on to their rental portfolio. Now, why do you think a cash buyer that's a buy and hold could possibly pay more than a rehabber?
Because they are doing the refi game, and that typically has them have more liquidity.
Yeah, that's definitely a good one. Money talks and the rest walks. So a lot of times the buy and hold are playing the long game. They're going to make their money up on the cash flow. And so a rehabber and also a rehabber, a flipper is taking a higher risk because they got to fix everything and pass all the codes, pass all the inspections, all the rigmarole, cutting trees back, sewer line inspection, all of this stuff that come with flipping a property is part of the game. So they really wanted a deeper discount to cover the risk and to increase their profits. I like buying homes more because they can pay more.
Yeah. All they do is that 70% stuff.
Yep. You know it.
That stuff whack to me. Me and Tyson, we were just talking about that over the weekend. How, he was basically saying, and maybe I shouldn't put out a strategy out there, but he was saying in order for him to make himself competitive, since everybody is buying in the same ratio, he may swing money out of certain deals that he has to make a deal a little bit more sweeter to a seller. That way he gets a little bit of an edge over everybody else.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I think you got to get your marketing game up, get your closing game up, and that'll be your edge. I'm gonna get my money. If I do all this work, going out to your house, dealing with your problems, your cats, your dogs, your kids, I'm gonna get paid and compensated for that. I'm sorry, that's just me though.
Well, we talking about buyers like him and all the people be at like buyers clubs and all that type of stuff. They don't negotiate. They don't really do nothing. They just show up and be like, offer. You know what I mean? So they're not even getting direct to seller. They're buying deals from wholesalers.
And that's why wholesalers win in the end. That's why they're trying to change the laws for you wholesalers. We ain't finna let y'all keep making these $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 checks. That ain't happening, man. We're gonna shut y'all down doing it. So the next type of buyers, one of my favorites, it is my favorite really, retail buyers. These types of buyers usually have been pre-approved for a loan, and many times they have a realtor assisting them in finding an off-market deal or on-market deal to buy. We specialize in off-market deals, so we may be able to assist them. Deals can be 30 to 45 days to get to closing. Another thing with retail buyers is they can be a little picky. They can be picky when it comes to their purchase because, they got the money or they got the loan and they're going to say, oh, I don't like the color of that paint. I don't like this little scratch on the wall. Oh, it got to be perfect. The most picky buyers, but they will pay top dollar for a well rehab property that doesn't have any repairs. Have you dealt with any retail buyers, Justin?
Have I dealt? Yeah, I'm kind of dealt with a retail buyer. I was buying a deal, subject to, and I helped her. I got her with an agent, got her qualified for which she was already, pretty much there. So got her pre-qualified, and then she went and bought a home. But my purchase of her home was not contingent upon her buying the other home. So I have helped people be pushed through the retail buyer side of it, and I have agent I typically work with those type of things. She actually want to work with my rent-to-own people to get them qualified so that they can buy some of my properties and stuff. But
makes sense. If they can do it, why not?
A lot of people don't want to put in their work.
They don't want to get their credit up. If your credit start with a 4, 5, or a 6, it's too low.
A 4, 5, or a 6.
Yeah.
You only need a 580 to get qualified for a FHA loan.
But if you got a 4, 5, or a 6, it's still too low. Just in general, in life. I ain't talking about for no loan. I don't know nothing about no loans. I ain't got no loans in my name. I buy a lot of real estate and don't put no loans in my name. So I don't know nothing about all that. But yeah, you can't get it with a 580. Okay.
Do you think it's important for us to know the retail side as well?
For sure, because that's where the biggest spreads are going to come from. Like I say, retail buyers pay more than a regular. If say you come across a beautiful home just facing foreclosure, don't need nothing, slap that bad boy on the MLS, go through the process. It might take 30 to 45 days to go through it, but they'll give you more than the cash buyer. The cash buyer cheap. We know that. Cash buyer want it for $1. They want your $1 million house for $1 cash quick. I ain't selling it that cheap though. No. But this is what they want. A retail buyer ain't too price sensitive as long as it meets their loan threshold. In fact, the property I flipped over here in Florissant, they paid over asking price. they pay higher than what I had the price property listed for. So, you know, there's all kind of little things you can do within it once you got a pre-approved client. Say you got a house you listed for $250, but they approved for $270. They could bump their price up for $270 and, you know, use that for concessions or something else and, you know, fluff it. They usually do some little slick stuff inside of the deal. So retail is something you definitely want to understand because it's leaving money on the table if you don't. Now, to your favorite type of buyer, the tenant buyer. These buyers that would be interested in our rent-to-own programs. They usually have challenged credit and would be required to put a down payment toward buying the house from us. We work with them and work out the terms and details after they have viewed the property and they've applied for it. So a tenant buyer, and they don't have to have bad credit, but the most thing that I see isn't really necessarily credit. Is usually these are like business owners. So say it's a business owner and they making $300,000 a year, but it's in business revenue. It doesn't show up on their personal, you know, tax returns, etc. They make a lot of cash. They could be an Uber driver. They could be a Lyft driver. They could be, you know, a food truck operator, whatever, but they making this money, but it's not reporting as like a traditional income. So if they got a sizable down payment, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 down, we got a house for you. If you got $20K, I got a house for you. I don't care who you are. I'll get you a house. I'll go find you a house if you got $20K. But do they got the $20K, Justin?
Right.
Have you dealt with any tenant buyers?
Yeah, a whole lot of tenant buyers.
That's your favorite type of buyer.
Yeah, I probably need to start to look at more into the retail buyer things because I feel like it's some things I could have sold maybe retail and stuff, but I didn't.
And that's why we're going over this. There's different types of sellers, different types of buyers. Everybody got their little quirks, their plus, their minuses, what we like, what we dislike. So I like to go ahead and make it make sense. Tenant buyers, we market it to them every day at cashleasepurchase.com. All right, we got acquisitions managers. Acquisitions managers. Typically, these buyers are representing a real estate company and are looking to find property on behalf of that company. So some people may call those hedge funds, or they could just be, you know, just acquisition managers at your company. Somebody who's going out and buying property on behalf of a business, a bigger operation. They're not buying for themselves like a small mom and pop, but they're operating as an acquisition manager for their company. In small companies, we're our own acquisitions, we're our own dispositions, etc. So have you dealt with any acquisitions managers, Justin?
Yeah, that one deal me and you was researching where we was well, you know what, they were a fund or something like that. Actually, we was trying to buy a deal from them.
Yeah. And,
yeah, they own a lot of real estate.
Well, that's why they have acquisition managers. They have 7,000 doors. They're gonna have a bunch of people out buying and selling houses on their behalf. That's what they got. And guess what? We already had wholesalers on the sell side, and like we got wholesalers on the buy side. Many times these types of wholesalers are looking to lock up a property, then find a buyer for the deal. The key word to look out is for we can close in 30 days, or we can put down $100 in earnest money. You hear any kind of language like that, you know you're dealing with a wholesaler. You ever came across anybody acting like they want to buy your house, but they really was a wholesaler, Justin?
100%.
How do you know they're a wholesaler?
How did I? Because of those two statements you just made, they ain't got no money. Wholesalers be broke.
Really?
Or if they not broke, they not looking to put up too much of their own money.
Because they know it ain't gonna win.
I had this one dude I had met in St. Louis. He was putting down $9 bands to get people property under contract.
Well, I mean, if it makes sense, the deal got to make sense.
He didn't know how to negotiate. He was too high on price, and he was putting down $9,000 and telling people, "Hey, I'm a wholesaler and I'm looking to sell your property, but I will put down $9,000 to put your property under contract."
Yeah, you need some negotiation skills. You need to go to futurecashflowclub.com and learn how to do this in real life. Because I would never, with a capital N, never offer something like that up front. Now, if a person's saying they need that or they want that or it's a good enough deal, I know I can move it. Either I'm going to buy it or I'm going to sell it to somebody, then I would do that. But generally, no, we're not doing that.
You know, Jim will put down 20 grand to buy your house. So that's the guy calling stuff like that.
Oh no. All right, let's see who else we got. What about a JV partner, joint venture? Sometimes we partner with others and assist them with buying or selling their property for a fee. JVing, joint venture, is an easy way to capitalize on other people's properties that they've found or other properties that people are looking to either sell or buy. You ever dealt with a JV partner, Justin?
I have.
How did that transaction go? How do you think it went?
It went good. I mean, you know, man, you done JVs.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. So these are different types of buyers that we're always looking to grow our buyers list and deal with. We want buyers, we want sellers, and that's what makes this whole game come together. That's a good rhyme there. We want buyers, we want sellers, make this game come together. So these are very important to understand. Who are we talking to? Who we're on the phone with? Or we're talking to a motivated, unmotivated person? Or we're talking to a cash buyer? Or we're talking to retail buyers that's got loans? We have to understand who we're dealing with before we try to offer any type of solutions to whatever problems they're presenting with us. You know, we like to ask, what do you got going on there? Let them tell the story, figure out what the challenge is that they're having, and then give them a solution to that challenge if they want to work with us. Any thoughts on the types of sellers and buyers here, Justin?
You know, this just shows the vastness of, you know, real estate, man. Like, it's so many opportunities out here and stuff. And I feel like I'm skilled enough to tackle most of them. I just be like, I'm just gonna stick with what I'm doing and stuff. But everybody be trying to do the same things, and you don't have to do the same stuff to be effective and everything. I think if somebody's buying, you know, foreclosures and stuff, man, go to them, go find some deals, and then JV with them to buy it. That way you can, you know, make some money and stuff. There's a lot of different ways to make money in this real estate stuff, but it's just about being creative and finding that niche and stuff, and helping people out and being realistic with people too. Like the wholesale that I got across the street from me, you know, I've seen maybe about 8 people get him under contract and stuff, and I finally got him under contract for the real number, which was like 30 grand. And what's crazy is the market support that, because I remember researching my neighborhood and finding that the cash deals in my neighborhood is $30,000 to $35,000. That's it. Every house in my neighborhood that is being flipped or something has happened with it, the cash price 9 out of 10 times is $30,000 to $35,000. If you're not there in my particular area, you're not going to sell your home. Period. So yeah. I got him under contract for $30,000. 30 days, 10 days later, got it under contract for 35 grand. I make a $5,000 assignment. Boom, it's done.
On a house that all the other wholesalers messed up.
Huh? On
a property that all the other wholesalers messed up.
Yep, they had him under contract for 60, 50, 70. Couldn't get it done. I got it done for the real number, which was 30 grand. 35.
And they were believing that they were going to get 70 for it when they went under contract. Do you believe that?
I think they be guessing. I think that's the problem.
I'm saying the seller, he was thinking, I put under contract, I got my house sold at 70. In his mind, he counting the money already. It ain't happening though.
Yep, exactly. They don't even send that stuff over to the title company when they get it signed off on.
All right, Justin. This is the time you've been waiting for. It's a pop quiz. Let's see if you was paying attention. All right, it's multiple choice, so it should be pretty easy. Why is it important to identify who you're talking on the phone with?
The reason why it is important, because you want to know how to navigate the conversation.
Is it A, B, C, or D?
B.
B, to know what questions to ask and how to structure the deal. Number 1 answer. That's correct. Go ahead, Justin. You got them. Let me see. Can I get you get a little round of applause. Question number 2. What is the biggest characteristic of an unmotivated homeowner? A, need to sell immediately. B, accept first offer. C, I'll sell if the price is right. Or D, only sell to investors.
C.
C, I'll sell if the price is right. Number 1 answer. They're going to tell you that. And, like if the price is right, then you might as well put it on the market, my man. You're talking to the wrong guy. If you're trying to get a high price, you might want to go list it. Is there a reason you haven't listed the property yet? Question number 3. What should you always ask an unmotivated homeowner? A, about their mortgage. B, know anyone else looking to sell. C, own rentals. D, buy another house.
B.
B, know anyone else looking to sell? Survey says number 1 answer. Justin,
Yay.
you can win this one other than it ain't Jeopardy. But I put it in Jeopardy format. It'd be like, oh, I don't know. It's easier on multiple choice though. Question number 4. Why should you act quickly with motivated sellers? A, they change their minds. B, another investor may lock it up. C, banks require it. Or D, contracts expire.
B.
Another investor may lock it up. B, what's the answer? That's it. We got it. Dang, you was paying attention, Justin, or you just know this easy. What about question number 5? Which situation would you most likely describe as a motivated seller? A painted house, B, a happy tenant, C, facing foreclosure, or D, recently bought it? Which would most likely describe a motivated seller?
C.
C, facing foreclosure. That's it. You got it. You get all the right answers. All right, this is a tough one here now, Justin. They got your favorite word in it. What is one of the first questions to ask a disgruntled landlord? A, house color. B, vacant or occupied. C, are you a builder? Or D, what's that school district?
Vacant or occupied. B.
Vacant or occupied. Number 1 answer. You got it once again. That's a nice living room there. Nice little house with a pool. What about this? Why are disgruntled landlords often good leads? A, they own new homes. B, they're tired of tenants and problems. C, they only want retail. Or D, vacant land.
What are disgruntled landlords often good leads? Tired of tenants and problems.
That's right. B, they're tired of tenants and problems. Disgruntled landlords, they've been dealing with non-paying tenants, late paying tenants, tenants tearing up their house, Section 8, regular retail tenants. Being a landlord is hard work. That's why I never want to trade places with a landlord. These people are, not liking real estate. They want to get out as quick as possible. I hate real estate. I ain't even want this house to begin with. I inherited it and I just try to rent it out. And boy, I've been having a problem. Oh, I'm trying to flip a house and boy, I'm having a problem. They having big time problems with dealing with real estate. So we want to step in and help them win. Question number 8. What does a wholesaler usually have? A, a property under contract. B, a real estate license. C, mortgage company. Or D, title company.
Wholesaler typically has a property under contract.
What they say? Number 1 answer. That's right.
Yay.
Question number 9. If a wholesaler's price is too high, what should they often do? A, cancel it. B, raise the price. C, renegotiate. Or D, wait.
C.
C, renegotiate. That is correct. The renegotiate or retrade is a powerful negotiation after you found out the price is too high. For example, you have the property under contract for 50, you trying to sell it for 60, but all your buyers telling you all they can pay is 50. We got to go back and have a conversation with the seller. Hey, Mr. Seller, we might have to cancel this deal because the repairs are a lot more than we thought. Oh, no, why you got to cancel? I mean, what could you do? We can do 40 and make it work. Boom, send them an addendum, get it at 40. And now you still make your $10,000 spread. That's how we get that money.
Money, money, money,
All right.
money.
Cha-ching. Question number 10. What is one benefit of talking with seasoned investors? A, one house. B, add to buyers list. C, avoid investing. Or D, they never sell.
Add to buyers list.
Let's see. Add to
Hold on,
buyers
hold on,
list.
hold on, hold on. What is the one benefit of talking with a seasoned investor? One house, add to buyers list, avoid investing, never sell. B.
I had you second guessing yourself. That's
Okay.
right. Add them to your buyers list. And you can network. In fact, to be honest, you can even partner with them on deals. You can they can be a JV partner, they can be a private money lender on one of your deals because they understand real estate. And so they want to invest their money just like anybody else. Or they can refer you or connect you to other private lenders and things in their network. So all of these people are important. Everybody got a position. That's the whole purpose of this whole thing, not disqualifying people just because I don't like seasoned investors. I don't like real estate agents. I don't like talking to wholesalers. Understand how to deal with each of them, and you'll find your deal flow increase.
I agree.
All right, number 11. Why is building relationships with realtors valuable? A, pocket listings. B, luxury only. C, banks only. And D, no buyers.
I would say pocket listings.
That's right. What is a pocket listing, Justin?
A listing that haven't been put on the market yet.
That's right. They got it in their pocket. That's why they call it a pocket listing. They got the paperwork signed, but they never put it on a multiple listing service to let you and everybody in the world know. They only call the people that's on their little list of 10 people that they like, that they think they can move a property off market. Now, why would they even want to do a pocket listing?
Because of your relationship with them.
That's one reason, yeah. But another reason could be the speed. If they could do a pocket listing and get a cash buyer plugged in, they can get that thing closed in 7 to 10 days versus waiting at 30, 45, 60 days for somebody's loan to go through. If they got investors that are willing to buy it right now, cash, and be done with it, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. How does that sound?
Mm-hmm.
Cha-ching. And that's what it is. What is a pocket listing? That came up next. Not yet on the MLS. You already answered that.
Yep.
Why are cash buyers attractive? A, retail price. B, close quickly and no bank. C, seller finance. Or D, 90 days.
B.
That's right. Close quickly. We're selling speed and convenience when we're doing a close for cash. Now it's a little trade-off of that, and we're going to come up to that in a moment. What do most cash buyers expect? A, retail. B, sellers to do repairs. C, big discount. Or D, FHA loans. What do they
I would say cash buyers expect. Cash buyers to
What
expect?
do most cash buyers expect?
Big discount. C.
Big discount. That's it. They always want it cheaper. No matter how low you got it, it ain't low enough for them. They want a big discount. Like, I want your $1 million house for 5 cents. Not really that low, but it feels like it sometimes. All right, we're coming down to the last ones here. Why do rehabbers usually require larger discounts? A, that it dislike the old. B, the renovation risk. C, commercial. D, turnkey.
B.
That's right. B, renovation risk. They're taking the biggest risk, and so they want to get a profit for their money and their investment. Look at that. C. Oh, that was the last question. Okay. I'll slow down so they can catch. Be ready for the next one because here it comes. Seatbelt on. Number 16. Why can landlords often pay more than rehabbers? Who's that guy on the picture?
Why can landlords pay more than rehabbers?
A, long-term cash flow, B, never repair, C, luxury, or D, retail financing.
Long-term cash flizzo.
Looks like it's going to be A, long-term cash flow. Number one answer. Yeah, okay. Adrian on it, that one. Got that one right. Okay, I see you. You trying to keep up. What about number 17? What is one characteristic of a retail buyer? A, cash only. B, very picky. C, as is. D, 1 week close.
A retail buyer?
What is one characteristic of a retail buyer?
Shit, they as is very picky.
Look at that. Diamond forward. Come on. B, very picky. They want everything perfect. They like, I want this, I want that. I'm like, come on, y'all. Why y'all want to do this junk? This is how people do it, though. You know what I mean?
That was my mama. She saw about 30 houses.
And be picky. You be like, damn, you don't like nothing you like? But that's when they got the power of the purse. You got that money, you gonna act funny. If you had $10 million to invest, you're gonna be like, hey, I like the house or I don't like the house. You're gonna get what you want, not just with somebody trying to sell you. You're gonna get the one you like when you got the money.
That's why I don't want to be no agent.
That's why you don't want to get your license, huh? All right.
I ain't showing you that many houses.
I know that's right. Number 18. What is usually required from a tenant buyer? A, a license. B, down payment. C, cash. D, hard money. That's kind of
B.
B, a down payment. That's right. That's right. You own it on that one. Adrian got it right. Diamond Ford got it right. Everybody getting it right. Y'all ain't playing tonight. Look at that money in that envelope. Them hundreds look crisp. Straight off.
Behind just right there, right now.
You finna go collect some? I'm about to go pay out some tomorrow to buy this house. Coming out of pocket.
Out of pocket? Dang, Chris.
Actually, I'm going to use some money I made day trading to buy this house. How about that?
Okay.
It's going to pay for most of it, so we'll see how that goes. I'll have more to come on that. I want to pay for a whole house for some day trading money before I really give a real testimonial on it. Profitability.
That's the Delwood house you closing on tomorrow?
No, that's a Florissant house.
Oh, okay.
All right. Now we're getting into the nitty gritty. Number 19. What does an acquisition manager do? A, represent an investment company. B, inspector. C, mortgage. D, appraiser.
Represents a company.
Let's see what they say. That's it. Represents an investment company. They can go work for you, your hedge fund, whoever. Does she look like an acquisition manager? Could she be?
Does she like a what, Chris?
Acquisitions manager.
Sure.
All right, we got just 5 left now. When a buyer offers only a very small earnest money deposit, EMD, what should that signal? A, they're highly qualified. B, they're really a wholesaler. C, they're a cash buyer. Or D, they can close tomorrow.
B, they're really a wholesaler.
Survey says that's right. They are really a wholesaler playing to be a real buyer. It happens all the time. They do this stuff and play this game and make you feel like, oh, it gotta be right. He's really a wholesaler. He just wear a good suit, this dude in the picture here. You thought he was going to buy, but he really just was going to wholesale your property. But I ain't mad at him as long as we get the number I need. All right. What is recommended instead of only asking for proof of funds? A, a non-refundable EMD. B, a verbal promise. C, skip EMD. Or D, credit report check.
A,
non-refundable EMD. Number one answer. Why would you want it to be non-refundable, Justin?
Show them that they serious about going through with that deal.
That's right. And if you back out, we want it to be painful. I want it to hurt. You cancel on me, you're gonna say, oh man, I know I lost my money. No joke to that. All right. What is the best position to take during a conversation? A, assume all. B, tell sellers. C, ask good questions. D, only offer.
Um, the C, ask you questions.
Ooh, that's it. Ask good questions and assume nothing and ask about everything if you can. Ask as many as you can so you can figure out what we're dealing with, who we're on the phone with, etc. Two more questions, or three more, two more, I think. 23 out of 25. When pitching a terms deal, what question is suggested? Uh, Monthly payments until paid off in full, half price, assume the loan, or finance repairs.
A.
That's right. Monthly payments until pay off in full. Would you consider taking a monthly payment until we pay you off in full? That's something we like to ask people to pivot into it. Now,
You word like that to them, to the people?
you say what?
You worded like that to the people?
I asked them, you talking about for this one here? Would you consider taking a monthly payment until we pay you off in full?
Yeah,
That's how-
ask that to them like that?
Sure. If I find out it's free and clear.
Okay.
That's only after I hear it's free and clear. Now that doesn't make sense if they got a loan, or it could
Right.
make sense. You know, the question might be different if it's say somebody like you like to deal in these pre-foreclosures, they owe 100,000 and the house worth 110. You know, they got no equity. Would you sell it for what you owe on it? That would be another question on something like that. We would ask them, would you sell the property for what you owe on it if the equity is less than 25,000? That's the general rule of thumb. And shake their hand and buy their house. And don't be offering too much. You know, I see a lot of people love to offer more than what somebody even asking for. Not even what they're asking for, what they need. We're not offering what you asking for. We're gonna offer you what you need to get out of this rut you're in and make it a win-win situation for everybody. All right, let's see what we got here. Which free CRM can be used to organize contacts? You don't know this one, Justin.
C.
Podio, it's free. Go ahead. Well, it's free up to a certain number of seats. I think they changed it. Yeah, I think you can get 2 to 3 seats or something like that on Podio. You can organize your contacts, things like that. But my CRM is in my phone system now. So I don't even have to use Podio anymore. Okay, and last but not least,
Wrong.
not wrong, but what is the main lesson of the training for today? A, same offer. B, cash only. C, identify who you're talking to first. Or D, only motivated sellers. The main lesson for today is
C.
identify who you're talking to first.
What they do?
And identify what's their problem, their gripe, their issue, so we can come with a solution to solve that for them. Very important. If we don't take the time to really screen people, understand them, and just trying to sell them, because, you know, wholesalers, we look at a deal, we automatically think everything is a wholesale deal. A flipper looking at it, everything's a flip. A person that like to do Airbnb and short-term rentals, everything got to be a short-term rental. We're seeing it, even though it may not being it. So I always say, really understand what they're going through, see what they want to accomplish, see what they tried, and see what we can do to help them out.
You want the seller number?
You say what?
You want the seller number?
Oh, no, it's too late now. Any questions?
Got it.
Yeah, it's 9 o'clock almost. Can't
There
call
you go.
nobody this late.
He might answer.
Yeah, let's call him. Any questions about any of the training? Any of the types of sellers and buyers? Anything like that? We're going to open up the floor to any questions or more. Comments, questions, concerns. The doors of the church is open. Let me see what we got here. You sent the number or no?
I'm about to text it to you because I was gonna write it on here, but I'm gonna text it to you.
He want 40,000. So you just hung up on him, didn't even want to waste no time, huh?
I have never talked to this guy.
You just text him?
Somebody was telling me about him, and I was like, I don't want to entertain a conversation at 40.
Oh, Justin, you can't be doing that. You got to talk to these people. You don't know. He might have made that number up.
Well, even if I get on a contract, I'm like, it's gonna be hard for me to find a buyer and stuff.
We don't know that though. We're going off what a third party told us. We got to get it from the horse's mouth. I always
my only thing was, even with a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, I have to find a buyer for a person who want to move into the hood at a 1-bedroom, 1-bath. I just didn't want to do the work. That's all.
How do you know it's really a 1-bedroom? You said it used to be a 2-bedroom.
No, that was another wholesale deal I was doing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, a conversation can't hurt because, like I just said, this person we're about to get on the phone with, he could be any one of these people that we just went over on this training here tonight. He can be a buyer, a seller, a wholesaler. He might not even be the owner. You know what I mean? It's all kind of stuff. That's why I say we don't know. There's too many unknowns. It's always best to trust, but verify. We go in with a clean mind, not assuming anything, they said they ain't doing no terms. We're about to call a seller and see if we can make him a little bit better. What we doing? Calling a seller. Bird blocks. So yeah, let's see. Did you send it to me? Let me see what we got here.
Yep.
Oh, a contact card. My phone ringer or a text message thing must be off or something. What kind of name is that? I don't even know how to say that name. Okay, let's get him on the phone and see if he's home. Let's see. Cut. I'm gonna call him from my real estate phone because I don't really want him having my number. Is that where the house at?
Yep.
I thought you said it was in Glasgow Village.
That's what she said, but that's not Glasgow Village. I told you what that's at.
Oh, it's on the north side, man.
I told you that's why I want to deal with it.
Justin, I thought this was in St. Louis County, man. Hold on. So let me see here. This is on the north side, zip code 63115. I don't know. This sounds like somebody who might have reached out to me a while back or something. I'm just going to call them and see what they talking about. And I don't know how to say this name. How you say this name? It don't matter.
Shit, I don't know.
It don't even matter. We just going to call.
They are the same person.
Well, they don't even get a name. You don't get a name till you're a serious person. So the purpose for the call tonight is to see if this is a prospect or a suspect. And you think it's going to be a suspect. I think it is too. But, we don't know that. Damn. Give this video a thumbs up. Give it a like. Give it a share if you care. Live seller call right now on a hood house. Hey, good evening. This is Chris. I was calling to see, did you get the house sold on Euclid yet?
No, not yet. Can you hold on for a second?
Sure, take your time.
Oh, okay.
You see how I come in hot right out the gate? Right out the gate, no time wasted. Did you get the house sold yet? I ain't even got to go into, I'm a local investor and start doing all this other stuff. The phone on me right now. I'm a local investor and all this stuff. Get rid of that junk. Hot. You got 10 seconds on a cold call. Because it is a cold call. This dude don't know me. I don't know him. And even gonna stop what he doing to get off his other line or whatever to come back to talk to me. Take notes on this now, y'all. We cooking. It may not be a deal, but you're gonna learn something from this call. I hope. We hope. We hope that. If he answers the phone, come on, man, I got all day. He's talking about hold on for a minute. I shouldn't have told him to take his time. I ain't know he was really gonna take his time. So this house is in 63115. Matter of fact, I guess I should pull it up on here to see what it looked like. It don't really matter. I know it's bad. But that sounds like right out the gate, they might be a little motivated if they stop what they're doing and say, hey, yeah, they wanted 37.5, and this is on Zillow, as a matter of fact, and it's got a different phone number. It's a different phone number on Zillow, and they got 37,500 on there. It actually don't look like a bad house. You know what? You talked to this dude before, Justin. This that dude that had them 3 houses.
Oh, this that guy.
I think that's him. I'm hanging up. He's taking too long. I'm hanging up. This ain't no in vogue. I think this sounds like the same dude. Because it looked like the same house.
I remember that dude who had all them houses and stuff.
It's been on Zillow for the last 2 weeks, and they got a different phone number.
That dude ain't no real seller.
Yeah, we already talked to that dude. Dang, now you got my number. You're gonna be calling me back. It don't look like a bad house though. Well, it is a 1-bed, 2-bath. Like, who the heck got a 1-bed, 2-bath? And I think he said they had tenants in it back then. Yeah, you talked to this dude. This was like what, 2 months ago? He got to sell it because it's under the matter of fact, hold on, let me pull it up on my other system. It's not a bad looking house, but it's in the hood and it's up to no good. He said you ain't even want to talk to the dude. I see why. But that dude we already spoke to.
Now Chris understands me.
Well, no, if we didn't talk to him, it'd be a different conversation. We already screened this guy. We already know that we can't really do nothing with him because he's stuck on a number. So that's going to be that there, Dr. Justin. I got a question for you. Last question for you, Justin. Are you ready?
Yeah.
What have you learned today?
You know, I'm going to say this, right? Maybe we could clip this up. My thing is, every single time I get on these calls, I always learn something. And we've been doing this for a year straight, every single Sunday. I've only missed maybe 1, maybe 2 calls of all of the what, 42 weeks in the year or whatever.
Weeks in a year, yeah.
Yeah. So I always get value out of these calls every single time, and it's helped me progress. And then a lot of times, even if I don't learn something new, it realigns me with stuff I haven't been focusing on. So one of the things I learned that was new, or just brought it back to my attention is, you know, having a conversation with every seller and stuff, and seeing where they at and kind of like placing them in whatever pot we could put them in, because it's still a networking opportunity, still an opportunity to find out the needs of them, because they might, you know, like I haven't been asking people as strongly as I should, do you have anything else you might be open to sell? And that's a strong question. And a lot of people do have other things that they're looking to do. Most people just don't have one property. They might have multiple properties. So don't assume anything.
Don't assume anything. They may have another property that they're selling, or they might even have another property that someone they know is selling. My auntie's selling her house too. And it's in a better neighborhood, in a better area, and they want a better price. You're like, damn, why am I messing with this raggedy $30,000 house when I can go over here and get this beautiful $300,000 house or whatever? Right. You know, every case is different. That's why I try to go in with a clean mind, ask questions, be truly curious, figure out what these people are looking to accomplish, what's stopping them from accomplishing that thing. And then if we got a solution for them, pitch it. If they like it, good. If they don't, put them in a follow-up or whack them. 2 choices. There's no real reason to, overstress this stuff. And even on that cold call, you see there, boom, hey, call about the house on Billy Bob Street. Did you get it sold yet? I ain't going into no long pitch. Hello, I'm a local wholesaler investor, and I'm from this town, and I wanted to know that my company buys houses for cash. We close fast. And nobody want to hear all that. That's too long of an opening. Your opening should be 5 seconds.
Right.
5 to 10 seconds at the most. Did you get the property sold yet? Because if they got it sold, you can get off the phone with them. If they didn't get it sold, what's holding up? What do you think is stopping you from getting it sold? What's been the issue? And then you try to help them out if you can. Because some people truly just need your help. Everybody may not, but there are people out here that need your help. That you know more about real estate than they do. And that's where your benefit come in at. That's where your profit come in at, because you took the time to learn and understand how the game is played. Paperwork makes the paperwork.
Paperwork makes the motherfucking paperwork.
What you said. Get it gone. All right, Justin, any other questions, comments, concerns before we land the plane?
We rocking and rolling, mine. More closes. I'm about to really get back up into it again, really lock in. I'm super excited. Can't wait to get this thing rocking and rolling. Well,
just remember that you're gonna have to remind me on Tuesday about that thing, that auction. I'm gonna forget. I'm gonna tell you right now.
We got a.
What time is the auction? Let me look right quick.
I did like 10 a.m.
I hope not. That's my trading hours. We'll see though. Let's see what happened here. Land tax sales, St. Louis City, upcoming sales, July 14th, 9 a.m. Oh, that's the wrong time, buddy. Let's see.
9 a.m.
Might have to go a little late. Let's see what we got. Oh, here's a list. Current tax properties. Let's see. Did they update this? They got, let's see, 3 pages worth. It was, so some of them paid up because it was like 6 pages last time. It's only down to like 3 pages right now.
Dang.
Quite a bit of properties on here. Let's see if any of them in the good areas. I don't see nothing good in the hood. Northside, Maffitt, Simple, Bird, Delore. The Delore one might be something. 3700 Delore on the south side. What about 5600 block of Martin Luther King? You think that's any good?
Martin Luther King is the hood in every neighborhood.
What you said? He didn't have a dream that all his streets would be bad. All right. Let's see. We got one on. Yeah, all this stuff on the north side, west side. Oh, 5200 Goodfellow. 3300 is their tax bill.
5200 Goodfellow.
Let's see. 5217 5217.
Let me see what's the property on that deal. I just
and you got another one on the best one I see is on Miami on the south side. 3900.
It's 52 in Jennings.
Nah, I think that's the city. I don't know. That's right by the circle. 5200 block of Goodfellow. I think that's after the past West Florissant. Let's see what we got here. Just keep learning, grasshopper. That's right. What up, G Money?
What's the full address on that property?
5217.
Let me see some.
3304 on taxes.
217. Well, I know what house that is. I can go door knock that house for real.
Well, the auction is tomorrow.
Tuesday.
They owe 3,300 in back taxes. Is the property worth more than that?
If I paid 3,300 for it, I could get it sold. For that, I can get it.
What
sold
if you got squatters in there selling drugs?
I think at 3,200, it definitely will still be worth it.
What if you got squatters in there selling drugs?
It's still worth it.
Well, if you think it's still worth it.
Actually, 5217 is coming up wrong on Google. 5217 is a 2-family flat, actually.
Even better.
What they do?
That's what everybody wants. Duplexes, 2 families, all that stuff. You know, I need a 2-family. Anybody got any 4-family flats? That's what they ask every day.
Yeah,
that one and the one on Miami.
I paid $3,000 out of my pocket to buy it.
But it is an auction. That's the starting price. It's probably gonna go for more than that.
Oh my God, I wouldn't pay more than $3,000.
This is why you go direct to seller. See, I don't mind auctions, but everybody's involved in this. We all got the same risk. I don't want to go compete. I want to go direct to seller, have them sign some paperwork, and we get the deal done.
Yeah, because
the power of direct to seller is better.
Hell yeah, it's better because I don't want to go compete with. Because I think you can get up to about $15,000 on that and still make profit.
We don't know that though. So here's the other issue.
Oh,
what if that's a burnt out house? That house could be burnt down. We don't even know it.
We
sitting here talking about a house that's a shell, bricks, all white bricks,
and you know them guys up in there stealing
all the copper. We don't know. That's why you have to trust but verify. Yeah, but other than that one in Miami, them other ones that was good ain't on here no more. All on South Side. Clem is still on here. 2300 block of Clem. That's the best house on the whole thing here. $15,000 or $16,000. Shoot, I'll take that. That's a $200,000 house.
Wow.
That's the best house on the board here if they let it go to auction. It looked like it was an occupied house when I looked it up. But that's the game we play. Don't wait to buy real estate. Buy real estate, then wait. All right, Justin, don't forget to remind me on Tuesday if we going. If not, I'm going to forget. I'll be in trading room. I'll be on here going.
Yeah, I want to do it. I want to go and get the experience.
All right. Bring your meta glasses.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I should go buy some meta glasses.
I was thinking about it. They keep showing me the ad on Facebook, but you know how they go. They keep marketing to you. Oh, you can get it for $20 a month. I don't want no payment. I just want to pay for it.
Hell no, why would I finance $300 glasses?
That's crazy. And people do it.
How much are the glasses?
Like $200 or $300, not that much.
Yeah, I'm not financing no $300.
You can get some just non-meta glasses for cheaper, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, you already know. You know the only difference when you buy like off-brand technology, it just be the battery. A lot of times it be the same features and stuff. Maybe you might have a little bit lower video quality, but then the batteries just be a little bit less. Don't be as quality.
What we need. Batteries is key. So there we go. J. Holmes. We'll see you on the next one.
Yeah.
Do what you do. Be who you be. And I'll see you before you see me. Good night. So yes. I basically just wanted to remind everybody exactly how the Future Cash Flow Club works. Because I've been getting a lot of messages like, what is that about? How does it work? It's basically a group. So you see how I do these live seller calls, things like that. You get to get all the replays for all of those. You actually can get the paperwork, purchase agreements, assignment agreements, cancellation agreements, addendums, all of that stuff that you need if you sign up for the elite package at futurecashflowclub.com. Or if easier, it's probably, you can just go check it out for a free trial. Lots of goodies in there, behind the scenes stuff, actual help with your deals. If you want to communicate, say, hey, I'm stuck on a deal, I need some help, I'm looking for lenders, I'm looking for whatever, I'm a resource for you. So all you have to do is be part of the club. futurecashflowclub.com. Check it out.
So I want to get into real estate, but don't know where to start.
Well, what I would say is to join the Future Cash Flow Club. It's a community of investors where we talk about wholesaling, we talk about creative deal structuring, buying houses subject to, all of the creative stuff that everybody's talking about. You don't need a real estate license or any of that.
Wow, where do I sign up?
Well, I would say go to futurecashflowclub.com. That's futurecashflowclub.com. You can even get a free trial. Try it out today. I don't know what you've been doing. You been asleep? Let me wake you up with something. Straight up. Yeah. Allow me to reintroduce myself. I'm Chris Monroe. R to the O-E. I flip houses, rent cars, and make money. You know I'm not no motherfucker dummy. This how we do.